on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Now at the top of the key. Free throw line. Little floater up. Little floater in. Alabama up 73-72.
Crimson Tide women's basketball is on the air.
Here come the Crimson Tide. Driving. Left side layup up. Rattles home. Driving. Left side shot up and in. Counted. She's fouled.
Crimson Tide women's basketball is brought to you by Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination for termite protection. Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app and place your order now at an Alabama Chick-fil-A location. And by Alabama One Credit Union, a proud supporter of Crimson Tide women's athletics. Now let's go courtside.
Good afternoon and welcome to Coleman Coliseum on the campus of the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Along with Austin Wolkin back in the studio, I am Gray Robertson in for Roger Hoover, and you're listening to Alabama women's basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network, where we're just minutes away from 20-8, Alabama facing off against the 21-7 Ole Miss Rebels with a potential SEC tournament double bye on the line. Today's matchup between the Tide and the Rebels is presented by Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Crimson Tide. Okay, folks, here's the deal. The number 4 seed at the SEC tournament is still up for grabs. Georgia did have a chance, but they lost earlier today, 73-63 at South Carolina. The Rebels sit at 10-5 in conference play, and Alabama and Mississippi State are both 9-6. When you do the math and all the tiebreakers are factored in, this contest right here between Alabama and Ole Miss is for the double bye. An Alabama win, and they're the 4 seed, even if Mississippi State beats LSU tonight. An Ole Miss win, and the Rebels are the 4 seed, and we'll have to do a little bit of math to figure out where the Tide lands, although a 6 seed would be likely. Along with the postseason stakes, this game has emotional heft as well, as Alabama celebrates Megan Abrams, Hannah Barber, Jada Rice, and Brittany Davis on this senior day. After sparkling careers in Crimson, it's only fitting that all will need to step up as Alabama tries to secure a top 4 seed at the SEC tournament for the first time since the 1997-98 season. That's your look at today's matchup, presented by Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Crimson Tide. When we come back, we'll tell you starting 5 for both Alabama and Ole Miss, and then start the action from here in Tuscaloosa. You're listening to Alabama women's basketball on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now, it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
That's dedication. Visit fatherhood.gov to hear more. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Did you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container, because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Uh-oh, Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
To your children's eyes to see the true magic of a forest. It's a storybook world for them. You look and see a tree. They see the wrinkled face of a wizard with arms outstretched to the sky. They see treasure in pebbles. They see a windy path that could lead to adventure. And they see you, their fearless guide through this fascinating world.
Find a forest near you and start exploring at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Lights are down, the music is up. It is almost time for Alabama and Ole Miss, the regular season finale here at Coleman Coliseum. And before we bring you the starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Let's start with the visitors, the Ole Miss Rebels, 21-7 overall, 10-5 in SEC play, a net ranking of 25. Starting at guard, the graduate transfer from Mississippi State, Maya Taylor, averaging just over 6 points a game. Marquisha Davis wearing number 2, Taylor wears number 1. Marquisha Davis, the Arkansas transfer, is also starting, the senior out of McGehee, Arkansas, just under 10 points a game. Angel Baker, one of the best guards in the conference, a transfer from Wright State wearing number 15, also starts just over 15 points a game. Tia Singleton, the senior transfer from Rutgers, number 22, also starts for the Rebels. And rounding out the starting lineup is number 24, Madison Scott, 11.6 points per game, just over 8 boards a game. She is a junior from Indian Head, Maryland. Our starting lineups for the Crimson Tide. Megan Abrams, the graduate, wearing number 1, gets the start on senior day, as does number 3, Sarah Ashley Barker, the junior guard transfer from Georgia. Hannah Barber, another graduate from Homewood, Alabama, wearing number 5, gets the start. So too does Brittany Davis, just under 18 points a game, wearing number 23. The graduate Davis will get the start here today, along with Jada Rice, the center graduate transfer from NC State. The starting lineups are brought to you by your local Alabama Chick-fil-A restaurant. The Chick-fil-A app is here to help you savor every second of the game. With the app, you can score points towards rewards with each purchase. Just order ahead and score before the game even starts. Roll Tide with Chick-fil-A. We will again hammer home the stakes. A win for either of these teams, and they are locked into the number 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament that will start next week. It would be the first time for Alabama to be in that position this century. The last came in the 1998 SEC women's basketball tournament. Madison Scott versus Jada Rice at the tip. To begin this one, Alabama in the white uniforms with crimson Bama and numbering. Ole Miss wearing the navy with red lettering and numbering and trim. Tip up, won by the Rebels, and they will move left to right in front of us, and immediately a stoppage as the clock never went. Off to a good start here at Coleman Coliseum. Great crowd on hand for senior day and for this monumental moment in Alabama women's basketball history. Christy Curry in her 10th year trying to get that double bye at the SEC tournament. Throw in for the Rebels, and here comes Ole Miss, and immediately another stoppage. The clock continues to not run. Oh boy. Last game of the regular season. Looks like they're still trying to square everything away. 5 seconds of game time have been played, and they're still trying to reset the clock here at Coleman. Alabama Ole Miss here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Gray Robertson in for Roger Hoover. He's sitting down just a little bit away from me. Ethan Carabin manning the courtside cam. Busy day on the Crimson Tide Sports Network with softball and baseball both happening right now. We'll give you Alabama Power scoreboard updates throughout the day. Of course, we'll also be scoreboard watching around the SEC as seeding gets set for the SEC women's basketball tournament. I believe we're good. Scott will throw it in to Taylor, and here comes Ole Miss. The clock is running. Taylor, handoff to Davis, now up top. This is Baker. Baker at the top of the arc, gets a screen, moving to her left. Stops, kick out, Singleton up top, 3 up, 3 good. Ole Miss strikes first, 3-0 Rebels, 20 seconds into the first quarter. Barker brings it up and hands it off to Barber, moving to her left. Now she'll stop, dribble back to the middle, Handoff on the right side to Abrams. Abrams gets a screen from Rice. Megan Abrams trying to drive. Kick out. Barber. Shot fake. Now she'll drive. Into a tree. She'll stop. Kick out. Abrams. Top of the arc. 3. Up. No. Off the iron. Rebound. Corralled by Davis for Ole Miss. And here come the Rebels. Davis quickly ahead to Taylor on the right wing. Taylor back up top to Marquisha Davis. She'll back out and set the offense. 3-0 Ole Miss. 1 minute into the first quarter. Davis against Rice. Pull-up jumper. Good. 5-0 Ole Miss. 8:58 left in the first. Here comes Barber across the timeline, right in front of the Ole Miss bench. Screen from Rice, dribbling back to the middle. Kick, left corner, Abrams. Abrams dribbling back to the top of the arc. She'll hand it off to Brittany Davis. Davis, shot fake. Now she'll take it to the rack. Davis all the way, layup off the iron. No. Rebound led to a foul from Jada Rice, and Ole Miss will take possession, leading at 5-0 with 8:39 left in the first quarter. So the Rebels have come out and made their first 2 shots. And Alabama now will set up in the full court press. Abrams checks out. Aaliyah Nye enters the ball game. Scott gets it across half court to Singleton. Now swing left to Angel Baker. Baker, right side, Davis. Back up top to Singleton, swing left, Taylor, looking high post, back up top to Singleton. She'll fire, 3, no, off the iron, rebound Rice for Alabama. Here comes the Tide with Barber. Barber all the way, stop, kick out to Nye on the left wing. Now Nye will dribble back to the middle. Right side pass to Davis. 8 minutes left in the first quarter, 5-0 Ole Miss. Davis uses a screen from Rice. She'll drive, stop, kick out to Barker. 8 on the shot clock. Barker trying to find room. Down the right side, Barker working against Scott. Her shot is no good. Blocked by Scott, and here come the Rebels. Quick pass ahead. Taylor open on the right side. Now she'll drive. Her shot's blocked by Rice, and then knocked out of bounds by Barker. Ole Miss basketball with 7:39 left in the first. Still 5-0 Rebels. Good recovery by Jada Rice to get the block right there, because Taylor had a wide open alley for a moment to the basket. Taylor will throw it in. Nearing 5 seconds. She does finally find Baker, who takes it back to the top of the arc. Angel Baker stops at the free throw line. Swing right to Scott on the elbow. Kick out Baker left wing. Further left to Davis, looking down low. Singleton against Rice. Singleton against Rice. There's a whistle and a travel. Rice wins the battle. Turnover Ole Miss with 7:23 left in the first. 5-0 Rebels. Alabama trying to get on the board. Throw into Barber. Barber gives it high post to Davis. Screen from Rice. Davis moves to the left, stops, doing a lot of dribbling against Davis. Davis versus Davis. Brittany Davis in the post. Davis draws the foul, and she makes the shot. And one chance for Brittany Davis. 5-2 Ole Miss with 7:03 left here in the first. What a career in crimson for Brittany Davis. Over 17 points a game the last 2 years for the former Gulf Coast State College player who came to Alabama. She makes the free throw. It's 5-3 Rebs. 7:02 left in the first quarter. Pressure from the Tide. Taylor breaks it well ahead to Davis, who drives baseline. She throws it into traffic, and it's caught by Singleton. She'll give it on the right side to Davis, whose layup is good. That was chaotic, and somehow Ole Miss scored at 7-3 Rebels. 6:47 left in the first quarter. Nye's got it across half court. Give to Barber. Barber at the top of the arc. Driving, left side. Give, right block, Rice. Rice is fouled. Did not make the shot, but she'll head to the line for 2. Good feed by Barber. She was double teamed and found Jada Rice hanging out on the right block. And now Rice is at the free throw line. 56.8% overall this year, but over 67% in conference play. Here's the first from Rice. It's good. 7-4 Ole Miss. Jada Rice, the graduate from Sewanee, Georgia, being honored today as well. Transfer from NC State. She's got one more. The second free throw is also perfect. 7-5 Ole Miss, 6:34 left in the first quarter. Sub for the Rebels, Destiny Salary has checked in for Madison Scott. And Salary brings it up into the front court, picked up by Aaliyah Nye. Starting on the left side in front of the Alabama bench, and Christy Curry. Double teamed. And that's thrown away by Salary. Intercepted by Barber. On the run, ahead to Nye, right corner. There was nothing there. Now she'll dribble back to the top of the arc, hand off to Barber. And she'll step back and reset. 7-5 Ole Miss, 6:10 left here in the first. Barber, screen from Rice. Barber, pull up. Oh, her shot was blocked, but Barber got it back. Now a give to Nye, right side. 3 up, no, it was short. Rebound tipped and taken by Ole Miss. Here come the Rebels. Baker in transition, pull up from the free throw line, no, too strong. Rebound tipped and taken by Singleton. Singleton's shot is blocked. She'll throw it out, and it's saved right before it goes out of bounds by Destiny Salary. Should say Snutta Collins is also checked in for Ole Miss as Baker dribbles on the left wing. Baker driving baseline. Kick out to Salary, swing left, Singleton, 3 up, 3 off the iron, no. Rebound is taken by Brittany Davis for Alabama. And a foul is committed on Ayanna Thompson, who also checked in for Ole Miss. I don't know where all these people are coming from. That's the first on Thompson. And the third for the Rebels. Loyal McQueen will enter the ball game for the first time. Out goes Barber. And here comes the Georgia Tech transfer, Loyal McQueen. Across the timeline. Pass left to Davis, Brittany Davis. Guarded by Collins. Davis will pull up from 3, no, off the front. Rebound is fought for and won by Ole Miss. Salary quickly ahead to Baker, who's on the run. Baker all the way, she's fouled, shot no good, but Angel Baker will head to the line for a pair with 5:06 left in the first, still 7-5 Ole Miss over Alabama. Taya Singleton has exited the ball game. Rita Ibakwe in for Ole Miss. First free throw for Baker is good. She's over 81% on the year. It's now 8-5 Rebels. 5:06 left in the first quarter. One more for Baker. That hits the front, the back, and drops. 9-5 Ole Miss. 5:06 left in the first, and Ole Miss showing pressure. McQueen will have to fight to get open, and she does. Closely guarded by Destiny Salary. Loyal McQueen gets it across half court. Dribbling to her left, handoff to Aaliyah Nye. Nye back to the middle, screen from Rice. Stop on the right elbow, kick left. McQueen looking down low for Rice. It was tipped and knocked out of bounds. Last touched by Ole Miss, and that'll send us to a timeout. 4:48 left in the first quarter. Ole Miss leading Alabama 9-5 here at Coleman Coliseum on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, flu season is just around the corner, and the Alabama Department of Public Health wants to remind Tide fans that this year it's more important than ever to get your flu shot. Research shows that it's possible to have the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. This flu season, protect yourself and the people around you from flu and help reduce the strain on your local healthcare system, who is still responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/flu.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Alabama One is a proud supporter of the University of Alabama Athletics. At Alabama One, we understand you have big life goals. Whether you're paying off student debt, buying a home, or retiring, your big life goals require healthy finances. As a full-service credit union, Alabama One offers our members the resources you need to reach your goals, including better rates than most banks and a full suite of products, including credit cards and loans for mortgages, cars, businesses, and land. Visit us in person or online, alabama1.org. Alabama One is an equal housing lender.
Protect your team by getting the COVID-19 vaccine. Tide fans ages 12 and older are eligible for the COVID-19 vaccine in Alabama. For more information, visit alcovidvaccine.gov. 4:48 left here in the first quarter. Ole Miss leads Alabama 9-5 as we take a look at some of the stats. 2 turnovers for Ole Miss, none for Alabama. That's good, but the Tide 1 for 7 from the floor. That will not cut it. 3 points for Brittany Davis, 2 for Jada Rice. That's it thus far. Ole Miss has 4 from Marquisha Davis, 3 for Taya Singleton, 2 for Angel Baker. 4 seed at the SEC tournament on the line as Alabama throws it in from the baseline out to Brittany Davis at the top of the arc. Davis with 8 on the shot clock gives it to McQueen with 7, back to Davis with 6, with 5, with 4. They're going to have to do something with 3, with 2, with 1, and that's a shot clock violation. I'm not sure Alabama knew it was that close. And with 4:35 left in the quarter, it goes back to Ole Miss. Rebels lead at 9-5. Up ahead comes Salary. Right side pass to Thompson. Give to Collins. Collins throws it cross court. Back to Salary. Salary will now drive into the lane. Her layup is no good, but somehow it found Singleton, who misses and then puts up another putback, misses that, and now it's a loose ball. It was actually Ibakwe, I beg your pardon, but it's kicked out to Ole Miss. Baker's got it, right corner now. This is Salary driving. Salary's shot is blocked by Nye. Still loose, another whistle, and this time it's a foul on the Rebels. And now subs for Ole Miss. Scott is in. Taylor has returned, and checking in for the first time is Alana Eaton. Salary, Thompson, and Baker check out. For Alabama, it's Barker, McQueen, Rice, Nye, Davis. 9-5 Ole Miss, 3:56 left in the first quarter. Loyal McQueen gets it across half court, handoff to Sarah Ashley Barker. Barker taking it to the rack. She'll stop in the lane, in trouble. Now puts up a fadeaway jumper, and it was blocked, they'll say, by Madison Scott. So Alabama ball with 3:46 left in the quarter and 17 on the shot clock as Barber checks in for Nye. Barker throws it in up top to McQueen. Swing to Davis, who was trying to drive and walked with it. Second turnover of the game for Alabama. 3:44 left in the first. 9-5 Ole Miss. It's been a hot second since we have seen a field goal made. These two teams, they combined 0 for their last 9 as Taylor enters it into the front court. Give to Ibakwe at the free throw line. Swing left to Collins. Collins up top to Eaton, guarded by Barber. Eaton, screen from Ibakwe, and now she gives it to Ibakwe, who walked with it. So a barrage of traveling violations here in the last minute or so. Alabama ball, 9-5 Ole Miss, 3:23 left in the first. Here comes Loyal McQueen. McQueen on the left side. Looking for Brittany Davis. Here she is. She's got it at the top of the arc. Screen incoming from Rice. Davis uses it. Kick. Left wing McQueen. Now McQueen brings it back to the middle. 12 on the shot clock. Give to Barker. Barker. Screen from Rice. She is fouled as she was trying to drive into the lane. Looks like Scott bumped her. That's the first foul on Madison Scott. Barker will head to the line with Ole Miss in the bonus as Rice checks out and Ryan Cobbins enters. The Georgia transfer Sarah Ashley Barker heads to the line. The junior from Birmingham, just under 68% from the free throw line this year. The first attempt is off the side, no good. Here's the second. That's good. 9-6 Ole Miss now. 3 minutes flat left here in the first. On the run are the Rebels. Taylor brings it up. Give to Scott. Back to Taylor on the right wing, looking down low. Now Taylor will drive, trying to find a room in the alley. Nothing there. Still moving around in the paint. A lot of dribbling for Taylor. Now kick out up top to Eaton. Eaton will take it all the way. Her floater rattles home, and Ole Miss takes a 5-point lead, 11-6. Alabama wants to hurry. McQueen ahead to Barber. Back to McQueen. 2:33 left here in the first quarter. Alabama down 5. McQueen at the top of the arc. Working against Eaton. McQueen tried to throw it to Davis. It was tipped and somehow found Davis. Now she heads it all the way. Layup no good. Off the iron. Rebound Ibakwe. And here comes Ole Miss. That was a bunny missed by Brittany Davis. And now Taylor drives and then almost throws it away. Corralled by Scott, who fires a wild jumper. That's no good. Rebound by Barker. Here comes Alabama. 2:08 left in the first. Barker. Give. Cobbins. Open. Left side 3. No. Off the iron. Rebound is corralled by Ibakwe with 2 minutes left in the first. Still 11-6 Ole Miss. Taylor on the run. Taylor all the way against McQueen. Layup no good, but she's fouled. And Maya Taylor will head to the line for 2. Carly Weathers, Aaliyah Nye in for Alabama. Out go Davis and McQueen. Davis for Ole Miss has returned as Collins takes a break. And Taylor heads to the stripe. She is just under 68% from the line this year. The first attempt is good. Touched every part of the rim and then fell. 12-6 Ole Miss, 1:54 left in the first quarter. One more upcoming. The second one is much better. It's nothing but net, and Taylor makes them both. She'll check out for Angel Baker. 13-6 Ole Miss, and another sub incoming. Thompson returns. Out goes Ibakwe. 1:54 left in the first quarter. Rebels setting up in the full court press. And Barker throws it long for Weathers. It's a race to the basketball. Weathers wins it and then misses the layup. Rebound down low by Marquisha Davis. Here comes Ole Miss. Davis stops and then almost has it poked away, and it is taken away by Weathers. And now Barber comes away with the basketball. Barber, give, right wing, Nye. Nye uses a screen from Cobbins, kicks it back to Barber on the right side. Nothing there. 1:30 left here in the first. 13-6 Ole Miss. Barber handoff to Barker. Barker trying to drive on Scott. Kick out to Nye up top. No room for Aaliyah Nye to shoot. Now she'll try and take it to the rack against Baker. Nye against Baker. Nye shot too strong. Backside rebound Cobbins. Cobbins kicks it out to Barber, who resets. 1:15 left in the quarter. 13-6 Ole Miss. Barber showing the handles, trying to drive. Barber's layup can't hit. Rebound is tipped out to Nye, who's wide open. Her 3 is no good, and a foul is called down low. It looked like Scott pushed Barker out of the way on the rebound. Alabama had a lot of looks on that possession, and they'll get another crack at it with 1:01 left in the first quarter. 13-6 Rebels. Collins in for Ole Miss. Scott checks out after her second foul. Brittany Davis exits. And Brittany Davis is about to check in. We'll see who she's in for as Barker heads to the line. Her first attempt is good. A lot of offensive rebounds in this game already. Barker has one more attempt upcoming. She breathes and fires. It's too strong. Rebound Ole Miss. 13-7 Rebels. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Davis on the run for Ole Miss. Now she'll pull up from the elbow. Jumper good. 15-7. The visitors lead. Here comes Alabama with 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Barber on the right side trying to drive on Baker. Kick out up top to Nye. Nye swing left to Weathers. Weathers thinking about it. Now she'll drive, taking Eaton. Weathers shot no good. She got her own miss. Putback does fall, and that's a big bucket for the Tide as Ole Miss throws it in. About a 1 second differential between the shot clock and game clock. 27 seconds on the game clock. 15-9 Ole Miss. So effectively, the visitors can settle for the final shot here. And Angel Baker knows it. She is taking her time at the top of the arc with 12, with 11, with 10. 8 on the shot clock, 8 on the game clock. Now Baker gets a screen from Eaton, working on Barker with 2 on the shot clock with 1. Baker fires up a runner that goes. And there was a whistle. I don't know where Ole Miss is going. We still have 0.8 left in the quarter. It's 17-9 Rebels. Brittany Davis waiting to check in. Out goes Barker. So 0.8 left. Davis will throw it into Barber, who will just let the clock expire. And we are through a quarter here in Tuscaloosa. Boy, Ole Miss is playing good defense. They've got a 17-9 lead on the Crimson Tide. Looks like during the break they might take a look to see if that shot went down. We'll let you know if there's any update when we return as we head to the second here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting a Teenager. Learning the lingo.
Jelly. Jelly adjective. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same. Visit adoptuskids.org, brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt US Kids, and the Ad Council.
This is an important message from the Mine Safety and Health Administration. Mining fatalities, accidents, and injuries are preventable. Taking a minute to approach your task safely can protect you and your fellow miners from injury and death. Staying alert and focused can keep you safe. Do it safe. Do it right. Whether buckling a seatbelt or securing equipment, these quick safety measures can prevent injuries and fatalities. Take time. Save lives. For more resources, visit MSHA.gov.
Farming is dangerous. There's dangers all around us.
We go through safety training and try and do these things to make sure accidents don't happen.
You don't want to hit a gas pipe because that's your life. The other part of it is if you hit certain things, you're liable for it.
Farm Safe 811 starts with you. Always call 811 and wait for any underground lines to be marked.
Always keep safety in the back of your mind. Just stay humble.
For more information, go to farmsafe811.org.
Fans, stay up to date with the latest on the Crimson Tide by tuning into Tide TV This Week. Check your local listings for TV times in your area. And remember, Tide TV This Week is also on demand at rolltide.com. We've played a quarter. Alabama trails Ole Miss 17-9. These teams have already played this year in Oxford. That was a game won by the Crimson Tide, 63-58. And they were shorthanded. No Megan Abrams, no Brittany Davis on that day. But Sarah Ashley Barker had 16 points. Loyal McQueen had 14. Jada Rice had a double-double. But they'll have to shoot much better if they want the same result here today. The Tide 2 of 16 from the floor in the first quarter and 0 for 5 from beyond the arc. Ole Miss 6 of 14 from the floor in the first period. 1 for 3 from three-point land. Alabama right now led by Brittany Davis with 3. 2 points for Barker, Rice, and Weathers. For Ole Miss, it's Marquisha Davis with 6, Baker with 4, Singleton with 3, Taylor with 2, Eaton with 2. Alabama starts with the basketball, and here comes Hannah Barber. Give right side, Brittany Davis. Davis, screen from Cobbins, hands it off to Barber. Barber looking for Cobbins up top. She finds her. Now Ryan Cobbins tries to back down Singleton. Cobbins puts up a shot, rattles home. Finally, Alabama gets a bounce at 17-11 Ole Miss, 20 seconds into the second quarter. Here comes Baker. Swing left to Thompson. Now a give to Davis for Ole Miss. Davis up top to Thompson. Thompson trying to drive on Nye, had it poked away by Weathers. Big time steal by the freshman, and Carly Weathers brings it into the front court. Give to Nye on the left wing. Now Aaliyah Nye looks for a window. She'll drive, shot up, no. Rebound is tipped and taken by Ayanna Thompson for Ole Miss. Here comes Angel Baker now. Baker on the run. 9:05 left in the second. 17-11 Ole Miss. Down low, the feed goes to Singleton, who's double teamed. She works around it, made the shot, but that was after she stepped out of bounds. Turnover forced by the Tide defense. With 8:59 left in the first half, still 17-11 Rebels. Throw into Barber. Barber gets a screen from Davis. Barber looking to give it back to Brittany Davis. She's got it, now trying to drive all the way. Brittany Davis is fouled on the layup attempt. Man, Alabama is taking a lot of contested shots. Good to see the foul called there to hopefully make it pay off. And Brittany Davis will head to the line as Maya Taylor enters for Marquisha Davis for Ole Miss. Davis is 1 for 1 from the stripe today. Her first attempt is perfect. She'll have one more. The second. Hit the back of the iron, no good. Rebound Baker, 17-12 Rebels, 8:38 left in the first half. Baker into the front court, tipped from behind by Cobbins, but Baker somehow corralled it. Now she's trying to drive baseline. Step back jumper falls. Ole Miss loves the mid-range. And it's 19-12 Rebels, 8:26 left here in the second quarter. Barber, starting on the right wing. Back to the middle, give left to Nye. Nye back to the top of the arc. Here's Barber now with 12 on the shot clock. Hannah Barber drives, kicks. Cobbins will drive left side of the paint. Her shot is blocked and knocked out of bounds by Singleton with 6 on the shot clock, 8:04 on the game clock. And McQueen and Rice are about to check back in. Alabama is just having little to no success driving to the basket here in this game. Very few clean looks. Nye and Cobbins will exit. Ibakwe in for Ole Miss. Singleton will get a breather. 6 on the shot clock. Weathers will throw it in. Up top to Brittany Davis. Davis, rise and fire. No, off the iron. Rebound Ibakwe. 19-12 Rebels. 7:57 left in the first half. Here's Taylor. Taylor, screen from Ibakwe. Taylor all the way. Short arm layup. Rebound Rice for Alabama. She'll hand it off to McQueen. Loyal McQueen into the front court. Trying to take on Taylor. Now trying to take on Taylor and Ibakwe. She'll pull back and toss it to Brittany Davis. Swing left to Weathers. Using a screen from Rice. Weathers. Nothing there. Back up top to Barber with 10 on the shot clock. Barber will just pull up from straight away. That's off the front. No. Rebound down low by Carly Weathers. Alabama will get another bite at the apple. Barber to Brittany Davis on the right wing. Davis using Rice. Nothing there. Give to Weathers. Now Weathers with 6 on the shot clock will drive and bounce it over to Rice, who is tied up by somebody from Ole Miss, and the possession arrow favors the visitors with 7:10 left in the first half. Angel Baker will check out. Marquisha Davis is in for Ole Miss. 19-12 Rebels. Up comes Taylor. Taylor, handoff to Collins, who's in. Up top to Davis now. Marquisha Davis, double teamed. Swings it over to Thompson. A pass in the right corner now to Collins. Back up to Thompson. Swing left to Taylor with 8 on the shot clock. Maya Taylor driving. She has a look. Layup, no good. Backside rebound taken by Brittany Davis. Good defense by the Tide. Now they need some shots to fall. Brittany Davis on the run. Oh, she might have knocked down Taylor. She did. That's an offensive foul. Charge called on Brittany Davis. That's her first. And Barker and Abrams will check in for Davis and Weathers with 6:37 left in the first half. 19-12 Ole Miss. Here comes Maya Taylor. Taylor looking left, looking right, gives it to Davis, back up top to Taylor. Now swing left to Collins, down low Ibakwe against Rice. Kick out up top to Davis, who almost lost the basketball, but got it back with 7 on the shot clock. Abrams all over Davis. Davis uses a screen, trying to drive down the left side of the lane. Layup no good, but a foul is called on Barker, who picked her up. And Marquisha Davis will head to the line for 2 with 6:09 left here in the second quarter. Marquisha Davis about to attempt her first free throw of the game. 68.5% on the season from the stripe. 19-12 Rebels. The first free throw is good. Ole Miss, a perfect 5 for 5 in this game. Just wanted to make sure that is clear. 5 for 5 from the line. 20-12 Rebels. One more for Davis. The second free throw is good, so the jinx didn't work there. We'll try again later. 21-12 Ole Miss, 6:09 left in the second quarter. The number 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament on the line as Barker brings it up. Handoff to Barber. Man, Alabama's really struggling to run offense. Barber tried to give it to Barker. It was almost intercepted by Thompson, but she knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Tide basketball with 5:52 left in the second. Barker will throw it into Barber. Clock is not running as Barber drives. Now it is. Barber tossed it to Abrams, who walked with it, trying to go baseline. And Ole Miss is making this extremely difficult. 5:42 left in the second, 21-12 Rebels. Scott in for Ole Miss. Taylor enters the front court. Give left wing, Marquisha Davis. Davis gets a screen from Ibakwe. Pull-up jumper, no. Rebound is tipped and still loose. Barker fought for it and got it. Over to Barber. Can Alabama find an easy shot? Here's McQueen now at the top of the arc. Still 21-12 Ole Miss. 5:15 left in the second quarter. McQueen moving to her left. McQueen, kick, left corner, Barber, three, rattles home. Oh, baby, Alabama needed that. 21-15 Ole Miss, 5 minutes left in the first half. Taylor ahead. Dribbling right in front of Christy Curry. To the middle, kick out, Davis, left wing, now she'll drive, nothing there, good defense by Alabama. Up top to Taylor. Taylor thought about it, and now she'll drive, give to Ibakwe on the left block. Ibakwe's shot is no good. Rebound by Barker for Alabama. Here she comes. Tide trying to run. Barker looking for room, and she tried to give it to Rice, but was knocked out of bounds by Ibakwe to send us to the media timeout. 4:34 left here in the first half. Ole Miss leads Alabama 21-15 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Question: what will you find on all over-the-counter or OTC medicine packages to help you choose the right drug and use it safely? The answer: the drug facts label. This label lists the medicine's active ingredients and purpose, how much to take, and warnings you should know before using it. Remember, even OTC medicines you buy without a prescription can cause side effects you don't want. So follow the information listed on the drug facts label. For more information, visit fda.gov/drug facts label. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
Some of the best sounds you'll ever hear are generic, safe, effective, even money-saving, just like FDA-approved generic drugs. Even if they don't come in the exact same color or shape as their brand name equivalents, they have the same key ingredients and go through a rigorous review process. Talk to your doctor or pharmacist today and visit fda.gov/generic drugs. Generics are safe, effective, and can save you money. You'll like the sound of that.
Unused prescription opioid pain medicines can spell trouble. They can spell risk if taken by someone they weren't prescribed for, harm if accidentally taken by a child or pet, or overdose if they're not used as directed. Safely dispose of opioids before they can hurt your family. Find a drug take-back option such as medicine drop boxes. You may find these in your community at local pharmacies or police stations. Visit www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Listen to Crimson Drive Thursday afternoons on all Crimson Tide Sports Network social media outlets. Crimson Drive is live each Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. So join us for the latest on Alabama athletics. I'm sure it'll be a very busy week on Crimson Drive with men's basketball, gymnastics, and all that is happening today as we take a look at our Alabama Power scoreboard updates across the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Over at baseball, they're heading to the bottom of the sixth, and Alabama leads High Point 4-2. Bottom four at Rhodes, and Kennesaw State is up on the Crimson Tide 4-0. So, Tom, I'm going to need you to pick it up a little bit over there. Here at Coleman, Ole Miss leads Alabama 21-15. This is as scrappy a game as you would expect. Alabama still shooting not great, under 20% for the game. Ole Miss just under 37%, so it's not exactly an offensive display. 23 on the shot clock, 4:34 on the game clock. Alabama ball under the basket, and Barker throws it in to Megan Abrams. Abrams gives it to McQueen. 21-15 Ole Miss. McQueen's got it. Screen from Rice. McQueen trying to work on Ibakwe. McQueen finds some room. Layup no good, but she's fouled. So Loyal McQueen will go to the free throw line. Very, very near 75% on the season. That foul on Ibakwe, her first. First free throw is good for McQueen. She'll have one more. Alabama today 7 for 10 from the line. You heard it there. That was perfect from McQueen. 21-17 Ole Miss. 4:24 left here in the first half. Angel Baker controlling the point for Ole Miss, trying to drive on Abrams, moving to her left. Kick out up top. This is Eaton who's just checked in. Eaton will rise and fire from three. No. Rebound Jada Rice. Here comes Alabama. 4:04 left in the second quarter. McQueen on the left. McQueen, screen from Rice. Looking to give it, but nobody's there. Now finds Rice down low. Rice, she's trapped. She'll put up a shot, hit the front iron. No. Rebound Ole Miss with 3:50 left in the first half. 21-17 Rebels. Baker quickly ahead to Collins in the left corner. No shot available. Now she'll try and drive on McQueen. No room there either. Kick back out to Baker. Baker doing a lot of dribbling, trying to take Abrams. She hit the deck. Ball was loose, but Baker got it back. Kick out to Scott on the left elbow. Mid-range jumper, no good. Rebound Barker. 3:25 left in the second. Still 21-17 Ole Miss. Here's Barker working on Eaton, and she lost it out of bounds. Ole Miss ball with 3:19 left in the first half. Brittany Davis is about to re-enter for Abrams. So you're 5 on the floor for the Tide. Rice, McQueen, Barker, Davis, Barber. For Ole Miss, it is Taylor, Scott, Collins, Ibakwe, and Baker. Taylor has it up top. Give right side to Scott. Dribbling back to the middle, handoff to Collins. Collins will fire from three. It was short. Rebound on the run. Here comes Barber. She's got numbers. Barber, give left side to McQueen. Beautiful pass to Barker, whose floater is no good. Rebound Ole Miss. Now the Rebels want to run. Ahead to Collins on the right side. Alabama, great recovery on defense. Collins finds Ibakwe, whose shot is blocked by Rice. Oh, baby. What pace. Here comes Barker now. And she is fouled, trying to take it to the basket with 2:43 left in the quarter. Still 21-17 Ole Miss. But, man, fast and furious here to end the first half. Cobbins in for Rice. Salary in for Taylor, because that was Maya Taylor's second foul for Ole Miss. Third team foul here in this quarter for the visitors. Quick throw in to Barber deep in the right corner. Nothing there. Now she gives it up to Brittany Davis. Davis, left side pass to McQueen. Now McQueen uses Cobbins. McQueen trying to work on Ibakwe. McQueen under the basket. A lot of dribbling. Now McQueen puts up a floater. No, it was short. Rebound Ibakwe. Here comes Ole Miss. 2:23 left in the second quarter. Baker. Baker. Step back jumper on the left side. This one is no good, but Ibakwe got the board, and a foul was called on the Crimson Tide. On Barber. So that's her first. Marquisha Davis in for Ole Miss. Out goes Angel Baker. My goodness, a lot of subs for the Rebels head coach, Yolette McPhee-McEwen. Coach Yo, they call her. Salary will throw it in under the basket, give to Davis. Davis will drive, had an easy look and an easy layup on the right side. And Alabama head coach Christy Curry will call a timeout. With 2:13 left here in the first half, Ole Miss leading Alabama 23-17. Coming up is the Toyota halftime report with first half stats and scores from around the country, including the SEC. As we've talked about, this game is for the number 4 seed and the double bye in the SEC women's basketball tournament. Georgia was out of the running for that with their 10-point loss at South Carolina earlier today. And the math works out to where if Ole Miss gets it, they've got it, no questions asked. If Alabama wins this game, they've got it via the three-way tiebreaker mechanism should Mississippi State beat LSU. If Mississippi State loses to LSU, which I think we all expect to happen, then Alabama would have the tiebreaker over Ole Miss because they swept the season series. Tied ball with 2:13 left in the first half, 23-17, Ole Miss. Alabama has not led in this game. Barber brings it up and hands it off to Loyal McQueen. McQueen trying to get away from Collins, gives it to Barker on the right side. Barker against Scott. Sarah Ashley Barker driving, looking for the little up and under. Shot drops. How'd she make that? 23-19 Ole Miss. Here comes Salary. Right corner, Collins, back to Salary up top. Moving around Davis with 1:40 left in the first half. High post feed to Davis. Now Davis will pull up from the free throw line. Another mid-range jumper goes for Ole Miss. 25-19 Rebels, 1:30 left in the second quarter. Barber into the front court. Handoff left side to McQueen, and it was knocked out of bounds by Collins as Nye checks in for Alabama, so too does Singleton for Ole Miss. Scott out for the Rebels, McQueen out for the Tide, and now Rice is in. Out goes Cobbins, now Thompson is in. Out goes Ibakwe. I believe we're good. 1:22 left in the second quarter. 25-19 Ole Miss. Barker to throw it in. Up top to Barber. Barber dribbling around, stopping at the free throw line. Give right side to Barker. 13 on the shot clock. Barker trying to drive. Oh, she had a wide open layup, and she gets the reverse to go down. Beautiful shield screen by Rice. 25-21 Ole Miss, a minute to go here in the first half. Salary hands it off left side to Marquisha Davis. Davis picked up by Barber, dribbling around the arc. Starting to drive a little bit, and then she'll hand it off to Collins. Collins up top to Salary. Salary moving to her left. Give to Singleton. Singleton working on Rice. She lost the basketball. Taken by Brittany Davis. She does not have numbers, but she's got an open Nye on the right wing. Three-pointer up. Three-pointer good. 25-24 Rebels. 30 seconds left here in the first half. Not much of a difference between the game clock and shot clock. Just like the first quarter, Ole Miss can effectively settle for the final shot. And Salary knows it. She'll wait. What a three for Aaliyah Nye, and great court vision by Brittany Davis as well. And now the Tide will look for a stop. Salary with 10, with 9, moving to her right with 8, with 7, she'll stop, with 6, nothing there, with 5, up top to Collins, with 4, Collins moving to her right, looking down low with 2, and the shot clock goes off. There was a .4 differential, and the Alabama defense used up every second, so .4 left here in this first half. 25-24 Ole Miss. Barker throws it into Barber, who will just let the clock expire. And we will head to the halftime break. A good little run by the Crimson Tide to only trail by 1, heading to the locker room here at Coleman Coliseum. Coming up is the Toyota halftime report. We'll have first half stats and scores from around the country, including the SEC. Ole Miss 25, Alabama 24, here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge-of-your-seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the F's in sports. Regions helps you embrace the youth in life.
Member FDIC.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie. Cook's Pest
Hey Crimson Tide fans, as our state moves to the next chapter, the Alabama Department of Public Health is shifting strategies from emergency response to one that minimizes daily disruption to our lives. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are widely available to anyone 6 months of age and older should you decide that you need one. Together, we can help to protect each other moving forward. For more information on COVID vaccines and virus prevention, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/COVID-19.
Halftime here at Coleman Coliseum, and the children from, I think, a elementary school in Leeds are performing a halftime jump rope routine. Always fun. I have stories about that from my past life, but that's a different time. Ole Miss leads Alabama 25-24. Ethan Carabin's laughing at me. That's always good. It's time for the halftime stats delivered by Assurance Financial. In less time than halftime, you could apply for a mortgage at assurancemortgage.com. The struggles from the floor were really the overall story, but they picked up in the second quarter. Alabama 7 of 28 from the field, 25%, 2 of 9 from beyond the arc, 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Ole Miss 9 of 26. Field goal percentage is just under 35%. 1 of 5 from beyond the arc and 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Rebels are out rebounding Alabama 23-17. Both teams have 6 offensive boards, 8 turnovers for the visitors, 6 for the Crimson Tide. 2 assists for Alabama, 2 for Ole Miss. For the home team, Sarah Ashley Barker has 6 points and 5 rebounds, 4 points for Brittany Davis, 3 for Aaliyah Nye, 3 for Hannah Barber, 2 for Jada Rice, 2 for Laurel McQueen, 2 for Ryan Cobbins, 2 for Carly Weathers. We've seen Megan Abrams, but she has yet to score. For Ole Miss, Marquisha Davis is absolutely killing it with the mid-range jumpers. She's 5 for 6 from the floor with 12 points in the game. Angel Baker has 6, 3 for Taya Singleton, 2 for Maya Taylor, and 2 for Alana Eaton. And looking at some of these specialty stats, not much of a difference, honestly, and that's kind of reflected by this halftime score. Ole Miss leads Alabama 25-24 here at the break. When we come back, we'll provide some Alabama Power scoreboard updates, let you know what's going on in women's basketball around the SEC, plus what else is happening on campus. That's next, as Alabama trails by a point here at halftime in Coleman Coliseum on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Are you thinking about buying medicine online? A search for online pharmacies yields more than 20 million results. But which ones can you trust? Medicines bought from unlicensed online pharmacies can be dangerous. You may get a fake drug, your condition may get worse, or you may experience a bad reaction. Don't put your health at risk. To learn how to find an online pharmacy that's safe and legal, visit fda.gov/BeSafeRx. A message from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how. With honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be shared with friends or family. For more information about talking with your kids about underage use of alcohol and other drugs, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. We all make choices about alcohol. Kids make choices whether to drink or not.
Bye, Dad. Remember, I'm going to Alex's party tonight and sleeping over.
Hey, remind me about that party again?
And adults make choices whether to talk about it. That's true of parents and every other trusted adult in a kid's life. Kids want to know our expectations, and they want honest answers in everyday conversations. So talk with your kids and help lead them on a positive path, because when you talk, they hear you. Learn more at underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Meet Ed, movie buff, animal lover, safe driver.
5 years of driving an ambulance teaches you a thing or two. If people knew what I know, lives could be saved. When I see a car trying to rush past a turning bus, I get concerned. You see, when big vehicles turn right, they have to swing wide to make the turn. And that's a lesson you don't want to learn the hard way. When trucks and buses turn, let's you and I wait.
It's our roads. It's our safety. Visit www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Alabama. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Well, let me tell you, these kids are really good at jumping rope, and now hula hoops are involved. We're double dutching. There's a lot going on, but it's impressive as Alabama trails Ole Miss 25-24 at the half. This is the Toyota halftime report, and it's time for the Alabama Power scoreboard updates. They're presented by Alabama Power. The latest scores from the SEC and around the nation are presented by Alabama Power, proud to support the Crimson Tide. Let's start with what is going on across the SEC in women's basketball. They're at the half in Columbia, Missouri, and Florida leads the Tigers 30-23. Missouri is a team on the bubble that might effectively knock them out of the NCAA tournament if they were to fall there. They're about to get underway in Auburn. Vanderbilt and Auburn facing off on the SEC Network. And then tonight, Mississippi State and LSU in Baton Rouge. That game could determine Alabama's SEC tournament seeding, depending on what goes down in the second half here at Coleman. Finals, South Carolina officially finishes the regular season 29-0 and 16-0 in conference play. A 73-63 senior day win over Georgia. Arkansas gets a much-needed victory over Texas A&M in Fayetteville, 78-65. And the Tennessee Lady Vols win in Kentucky, 83-63. Tennessee over the Wildcats. Scores from on campus over at the Joe. Baseball, bottom 7, leading High Point 4-2. And over at Rhodes, Alabama has started to climb back. Bottom 5, Kennesaw State now leads the Tide 4-1. Kenley Cahalan had a leadoff double in the bottom of the 5th. So she has now had a hit in literally every game of her collegiate career thus far. Those are the Alabama Power scoreboard updates. When we come back, what to expect in the second half as Ole Miss leads Alabama 25-24 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 65 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crisp, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake. Tide fans, flu season is just around the corner, and the Alabama Department of Public Health wants to remind Tide fans that this year it's more important than ever to get your flu shot. Research shows that it's possible to have the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. This flu season, protect yourself and the people around you from flu and help reduce the strain on your local healthcare system who is still responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/flu.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Alabama can take home another Iron Bowl victory. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in T-Town, get the University of Alabama Regents Visa debit card. Tap to pay contactless card technology and Locket card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit regents.com/GoBama. Regents, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Halftime continues here at Coleman Coliseum. Ole Miss leading Alabama 25-24. Before we continue the Toyota halftime report and let you know what to expect in the second half, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. What to expect in the second half is presented by Coca-Cola Zero Sugar. With zero sugar and refreshingly delicious, is Coca-Cola Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Find out for yourself. What to expect in the second half. I have to assume that the majority of the conversation in the locker room right now is about the offense. The looks have been difficult. They started to, string together some things right there at the end of the second quarter, but man, there have been a lot of contested looks down low. The ball screen offense is being very well defended by Ole Miss. So my assumption is that Christy Curry and Kelly Curry are drawing up something to combat what the Rebels are doing defensively there. The defensive effort really strong. Ole Miss is not getting a ton of looks. I would assume that what they do want to adjust is not allowing some of the mid-range jumpers that have gone. But overall, considering Alabama just crept over the 20% shooting mark in the last minute of that first half, to only be down one against a tournament team just like you is pretty strong. So I think, all in all, a fairly good first half for the Crimson Tide as they return to the court. That does it for the Toyota Halftime Report. Visit your local Toyota dealers at toyota.com now and take advantage of the amazing deals on our full line of vehicles. No matter your destination, Toyota goes with you. Toyota, let's go places. Next up, the third quarter of action as Alabama trails Ole Miss 25-24 here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
I've been driving trucks for a long time. Safety is my #1 priority. I know that my truck has huge blind spots. That's why I remember to check my mirrors often for smaller vehicles. Everyone can help keep our roads safe. Next time you're behind the wheel, try to avoid lingering in those blind spots. It can be dangerous. Let's all plan to share the road safely. Learn how at www.sharetheroadsafely.gov.
I found hope in the midst of an overwhelming situation.
Alcoholism is a disease that can affect any family. Everyone suffers, but there is help and hope at Al-Anon Family Groups.
Al-Anon gave me my life back. I'm a better father and husband.
Are you in an overwhelming situation because of someone else's drinking? Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Local and virtual meetings are available. Maybe one could work for you. Call 1-866-200-0033 or visit alanon.org/hope.
Medicaid and CHIP offer free or low-cost health coverage for children and teens. Hospital and doctor visits, prescriptions, shots, and more are covered. That's peace of mind for parents if a child is sick or gets injured. And parents may now be eligible for Medicaid too, even if they've applied in the past. Enrollment is always open. Visit InsureKidsNow.gov or call 1-877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, college scholarships for the children of law enforcement, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on the USDSA and how you can help, visit usdeputy.org.
Who's ready for the second half? Alabama trying to do something they have not done this century. A win would give the Crimson Tide a top 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament, but Ole Miss is fighting for the same thing. The winner wants that 4 seed and will get it. The loser, well, we'll see what the math does with the standings. 25-24 Rebels. About to start the third quarter will be Barker, Barber, Davis, Nye, and Rice on the floor for the Tide. Ole Miss with Taylor, Scott, and the clock isn't running, so it gives me more time to say the names. Taylor, Scott, Davis, Baker, and Singleton on the floor. I believe everything is fine. It is Alabama basketball. All right, we're good. Clock is running. Here we go. Barber's got it across half court. Give, right elbow to Barker, handoff to Davis. Davis picked up by Scott. Davis trying to drive, kick out. Oh no, a charge is called, and Barber was open too in the left corner, but an offensive foul on Brittany Davis. That is her second. 9:47 left in the third. 25-24 Ole Miss. Alabama has not led here today. Taylor into the front court for the Rebels, moving right to left. Now Davis has it up top. Using a screen, Davis will drive against Rice. Shot no good, backside rebound to Leonai. Nye ahead to Barber. It was poked away by Barker, I should say Baker, out of bounds. Bama basketball. Barber, Barker, Baker, always fun. So Barker will throw it in to Barber. And here comes Alabama. Hannah Barber across the timeline, looking left. Pass to Brittany Davis, looking down low, tried to lob it to Rice. It was intercepted by Scott. Ole Miss on the run now. Scott, she'll try and throw it up top to Baker. It's taken by Barber. Barber will go one-on-one with Taylor. No, she'll give it to Nye, who was cutting, and then Nye throws it out of bounds. Just overran the basket, was trying to save it and give it to Barber, but the pass hit the end line, and now Ole Miss has it, but 9 minutes left in the third. Still 25-24 Rebels. Taylor, right side pass to Davis. Up top to Baker. Angel Baker. Angel Baker almost lost the basketball. Now she's double teamed. Up top, Singleton. Singleton down low to Scott, working on Barker. She'll throw it out to Taylor on the right wing. Taylor will drive, and she walked with it. But before that, there was a 3-second violation. So a lot of ways Ole Miss could have turned the ball over there. It's Alabama ball, 8:42 left in the third. No points yet in this period. Still 25-24 Rebels. Throw into Barber. Across half court. Give, right wing, Davis. Back up top, Barber's got an opening. 3 up, off the front iron, no good. Rebound Scott for Ole Miss. Here she comes. Quick pass ahead, left wing Taylor looking down low, but that feed's knocked out of bounds by Rice. With 8:22 left in the third, still 25-24 Ole Miss. Rebels will throw it in from under the basket to Baker. She'll pull up. I think that was partially blocked by Nye. Alabama gets the rebound, and here comes Brittany Davis. Davis in transition. Davis all the way. Shot good. She's fouled, and Alabama leads for the first time. Brittany Davis found an opening. Taya Singleton committed the personal. She'll check out for Ibakwe. And Alabama's got the 26-25 advantage with a free throw coming. 8:13 left here in the third. Davis is 2 for 3, make it 3 for 4. 27-25, Crimson Tide. Here comes Taylor. 8:08 left in the third quarter. Taylor moving to her left. Taylor, a lot of dribbling. 17 on the shot clock. Now she'll give it to Scott on the left elbow. Guarded by Barker. Trying to feed it down low to Ibakwe, and Rice, I guess, reached. She's called for the personal. That's her second. And the second team foul on the Crimson Tide. Taylor will throw it in. Into Ibakwe, deep in the right corner. She'll give it to Angel Baker. Baker picked up by Nye. Now Baker's double teamed. She throws it away. Oh no, check that. It was tipped by a member of the Crimson Tide. Baker was trying to find Ibakwe, and I guess Barber got a hand on it. Ole Miss ball with 10 on the shot clock. Taylor will trigger. Nothing under the basket. Now has to toss it to Baker in the right corner. Baker working on Nye. She'll pull up from the right elbow. Jumper no good. Rebound Rice down low. Hand off to Barber, who brings it up. Barber, give, Brittany Davis. Davis attacking the lane. Nothing there, she'll have to stop. Hand off baseline to Barker. Kick, right corner Barber. Shot fake, she'll drive. Still not much room. Barber has to bring it out with 13 on the shot clock. Give, Nye. Right side, screen from Rice. Aaliyah Nye, step back, give to Barker with 4. Barker will fire, 3 is no good. Rebound Madison Scott for Ole Miss. She's on the run with 7:03 left in the third. She'll give to Taylor, left side 3, no, too strong. Ibakwe gets the board, give right back to Taylor. Drive, kick, Davis left corner, now she'll drive. Her floater is no good. Rebound Davis, still 27-25 Alabama, 6:50 left in the third. Brittany Davis drives, kick, Barber 3, yes! Big time! 30-25 Alabama. Ole Miss will call a timeout. Christy Curry is fired up. What a start to the second half. A 6-0 run out of a locker room. 6:39 left in the third quarter. Alabama leads Ole Miss 30-25. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 65 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crisp, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last timeout? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the if in life.
Member FDIC.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
6:39 left in the third quarter. Alabama, moments ago, took their first lead of the game on Ole Miss, and now they've reached their largest lead of the game, 30-25 Crimson Tide over the Rebels here about midway through quarter number 3. Keep up with everything Alabama with the Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Cadence Bank. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free at the App Store and Google Play. Let's take a look at the stats. It has been a balanced scoring day for Alabama. Brittany Davis has 7, 6 for Hannah Barber, 6 for Sarah Ashley Barker. Aaliyah Nye has 3. Loyal McQueen, Ryan Cobbins, Carly Weathers, and Jada Rice all have 2 points. Alabama has started this third quarter 2 for 4 from the floor. That's 50%. That is much better than the 25% from the first half. Ole Miss has begun the third quarter 0 for 5 from the floor as Alabama has cranked up the defense here in the second half. It'll be Davis, Barber, Barker, Nye, and somebody else, Jada Rice, on the floor for the Tide. For Ole Miss, it's Scott, Taylor, Singleton, Davis, Collins. The number 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament is on the line, and Ole Miss will start with the basketball. Alabama leads by 5, 6:36 left in the third quarter. Taylor's got it. Give right side Davis. Davis trying to drive on Brittany Davis. No room. Give right back to Taylor. Taylor's got some room in the paint. She'll fire up a floater. No good. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and last touched by Singleton. Tide basketball with 6:25 left in the third. Into Hannah Barber. Here she comes, guarded closely by Maya Taylor. High post feed to Barker. Hand off Brittany Davis, picked up by Scott. Give left wing to Nye. Nye trying to drive. Nye looking for room. Nye will put up a shot. It was blocked by Collins. Loose ball is knocked out of bounds. Last touch by the Rebels, and that is all because of the effort of Sarah Ashley Barker, who amidst 3 Ole Miss defenders fought for it and knocked it off of, I believe, Scott. Tide ball, quick throw in, Nye open from the corner. No, too strong. Rebound tipped, and Barker this time a little too aggressive. She commits the foul, knocking down Marquisha Davis with 6:01 left in the third. Still 30-25 Alabama. Ole Miss ball. Here comes Taylor. Coach Yo barking out instructions. Taylor gives it to Scott. Hand off to Davis. Davis trying to drive down the left side of the lane. Whistle, charge. Guess who took it? It was Sarah Ashley Barker. Alabama ball, 5:47 left in the third. Still 30-25, but man, the defense has been good here to start the second half. Barker into Barber. Barber across the timeline. Give left wing, Davis looking down low for Rice. It wasn't there. Now she'll give it up top to Barker. Barker working on Scott. Barker driving, trying to create space. Nothing. Give right side to Barber. Now she's trapped under the basket. Kick out Brittany Davis. Davis back down low. Left block, it's Rice. Good post move. Shot no good. Rebound Davis for Ole Miss. Here come the Rebels. Marquisha against Brittany. Battle of the Davises with 5:13 left in the third. Still 30-25. Davis to Singleton. Swing left, Taylor. Taylor trying to drive. No room. Ball was loose, and they'll say it was out of bounds. Last touched by Alabama. I thought we would see a foul, but the result is probably the same, as McQueen and Weathers are in for Alabama. Nye and Barker are out. 5:03 left in the third, 14 on the shot clock. Taylor will throw it in for Ole Miss. Out to Davis. Davis to Collins, left wing. Her three is short, and Rice skies for the board. Big time rebound for the Tide. Here comes McQueen. McQueen driving all the way, lost the basketball, got it back somehow, and kicked it to Weathers. Now up top to Davis. Brittany Davis looking for help. High post feed, Jada Rice. Rice gives it right back to Davis. Davis trying to create, kick out. Barber, shot fake, couple steps in, and the mid-range jumper goes from the left side. Hannah Barber. Alabama's lead is 7, 32-25. 4.5 left in the third. Taylor using Scott, dribbles to her right. Now to Davis. Davis trying to drive the right side of the lane, and somehow her floater goes. That was a tough shot. 32-27 Alabama, 4:15 left in the third. First points for Ole Miss in the second half. McQueen across half court. Screen from Davis. McQueen gives it right back to Brittany. Three up, no off the front iron. Rice fought for it, but it was tipped to Scott for the Rebels, and now she brings it up herself. Madison Scott over to Taylor. Swing, right wing Davis. Marquisha Davis, guarded by Weathers, and Davis will back up. Davis now trying to drive on Weathers. Another mid-range jumper pull-up. This one is no good. Rebound Brittany Davis. 3:40 left in the third. Brittany Davis trying to create space. Brittany Davis puts up a shot. It was blocked and knocked out of bounds by Singleton with 3:35 left in quarter number 3. Timeout on the floor. Alabama clinging to a 5-point lead, 32-27 over the Ole Miss Rebels. Here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen.
For late nights writing English papers.
For your teen's music taste.
For dinners where they talk more on their phone than with you.
For the first time, they call you Mom.
You're never completely ready to adopt a teen, and you can't imagine the reward.
To learn more about adopting a teen, visit adoptuskids.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. He sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself.
For many military veteran caregivers, their caregiving journey starts earlier in life and lasts longer. Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
.335 left in the third. Alabama leads Ole Miss 32-27 here at Coleman Coliseum, the regular season finale. Again, let's go over the stakes. The math is pretty much finalized. The winner of this game receives the number 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament. For the Crimson Tide, that would be the first time they have reached that achievement since the 1997-98 season and the 1998 SEC women's basketball tournament. A loss for Alabama, and math would come into play. I believe that they would be the 6th seed, but don't ask me to do math live on the air. That is not my strong suit. Ethan Carabin, sitting to my right, knows exactly what I'm referring to. He's done many a booth and courtside cam with me over the years. Gray Robertson in for Roger Hoover. Ethan Carabin courtside. Happy you're joining us here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Statistically, Alabama being led by Hannah Barber with 8 points. Brittany Davis has 7. S.A. Barker has 6 points and 7 rebounds. Ole Miss being carried right now by Marquisha Davis. She has 14 of their 27 points. A quiet day for Madison Scott, no points, and Angel Baker just has 6. Tide basketball with 3:35 left on the third quarter game clock and 21 on the shot clock. Weathers will throw it in. And here we go. Ryan Cobbins has entered as Weathers throws it up top to McQueen. Give, left side, Barber. Ooh, she had a shot and didn't see it. Now she pulls back. Barber, screen from Cobbins. Give, left wing, Nye. 10 on the shot clock, back up top to Barber. Gotta do something. Barber against Scott with 5, with 4, over to Nye. 3 up, perfect! Sure, exactly what they drew up. 35-27 Alabama, 3:10 left in the third. Here comes Ole Miss. It's Angel Baker. She's looking to respond. Beautiful give to Singleton, who was cutting down the right side of a lane. 35-29, 3 minutes left in the third. McQueen brings it into the front court. McQueen trying to drive down the right side. Layup, no. I think it was partially blocked by Singleton. Here comes Ole Miss. Baker, toss, left wing, Eaton, 3, too strong. Backside rebound, Collins for the Rebels. She'll throw it up top to Baker with 2:39 left in the third. Now Eaton looking down low for Singleton. It was knocked away and taken by Alabama. Quick throw up ahead to McQueen. McQueen's easy layup goes down. Back to an 8-point lead, 37-29. The bench is fired up with 2:25 left in the third. Here's Baker. She's got a screen and an easy alley down the left side to the basket. That might need to be corrected. 2:15 left in the third, 37-31, Crimson Tide. McQueen brings it ahead. McQueen, screen from Nye. McQueen down low now against Collins. Ooh, she almost traveled. Kicks it out to Cobbins on the right corner. Now she's trying to back down Singleton. Cobbins, creating space, but her shot was short-armed. And a jump ball is called on the rebound effort as Cobbins and I believe Singleton were fighting for it. Possession arrow favors Ole Miss. It's a new possession arrow from the last time I broadcasted here. It's now see-through, which is not at all difficult. 1:51 left here in the third. 37-31 Crimson Tide. Baker into the front court. Picked up by Barber. Baker dribbling around the top of the arc. Now finally feeds it to Singleton. Looking down low for Scott, but Barker's making her work. Now Singleton tries to give it to Davis. 10 on the shot clock. What defense this possession by the Tide. With 7, Davis driving. With 6, with 5, still dribbling. Over to Singleton with 3, back to Davis with 2. She lost the basketball. Wonderful defense. Here comes Barker. 2-on-1 to McQueen. Back to Barker. Layup good. Oh, it was all brilliant. Everything. What a 30 seconds for this team. 39-31 Alabama. 1:07 left in the third. Here comes Baker, and now she pulls back. That was just incredible. Baker is trapped and fouled by Barker. That's her third. Brittany Davis is in. Barber is out. Looks like Weathers is about to return. Barker will check out because of those 3 fouls. So for the Tide, Weathers, Rice, Nye, Davis, McQueen. Ole Miss throws it in to Baker. Now under a minute left in the third. Baker picked up by Nye. Baker trying to drive. Give. Right block. It's Scott. Scott's layup goes down. Her first points in this game. 39-33 Alabama. 43 seconds left here in the third. And Davis gets it into McQueen despite the full court press. McQueen across the timeline. 12-second differential between the game and shot clock. McQueen trying to drive. Nothing there. Give. Nye. Oh, she's open. Left wing 3. No off the side. And a foul on the rebound. It was either Davis or Weathers. And if that's Davis, that's number 3. It is on Davis. That is her third. And it also is the 5th foul on Alabama, which means Ole Miss will shoot free throws with 23.4 left here in the third. 39-33 Alabama. Snutta Collins, the junior from Brookhaven, Mississippi, will stand in. Just over 67% on the year. The first is good. Seems like a great time to point out that Ole Miss still has not missed a free throw in this game. 7 for 7. Just remarkable. One more for Collins. Oh, well, they still haven't missed. 2 for 2 on the trip, 39-35 Alabama, and they can settle for the final shot with 20 seconds left on the third quarter game clock. McQueen across half court with 13. McQueen sends away Weathers with 12, with 11, with 10. McQueen still got it. Need to run something now with 8, with 7 to Davis. Handoff right back to McQueen with 5, with 4. Loyal driving with 3. Oh, what a beautiful up and under layup. And that'll end the third quarter. Took a second, but the execution was wonderful. And Alabama is 10 minutes away from doing something they haven't done this century. We go to the fourth. Alabama 41, Ole Miss 35. Don't go anywhere, folks. Fourth quarter coming up here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Crimson Tide fans, as our state moves to the next chapter, the Alabama Department of Public Health is shifting strategies from emergency response to one that minimizes daily disruption to our lives. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are widely available to anyone 6 months of age and older should you decide that you need one. Together, we can help to protect each other moving forward. For more information on COVID vaccines and virus prevention, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/COVID-19.
Game day is full of ifs. Like if Alabama can take home another Iron Bowl victory. Who knows? But if you want the most convenient way to pay in T-Town, get the University of Alabama Regents Visa debit card. Tap to pay contactless card technology and Lock-It card controls give you what you need on game day or any day. To order your card, visit regents.com/GoBama. Regents, official bank of the SEC. Member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply.
Tide fans, Golden Flake Snacks have been a proud partner with the Tide family for 65 years. The South's original potato chip, Golden Flake Snacks are delicious fan favorites because they're crafted from traditional Southern recipes. From crisp, perfectly flavored potato chips to light and airy pork rinds and fluffy, cheesy cheese puffs, Golden Flake Snacks are a winning combination with Alabama basketball. Share Golden Flake Snacks with your Tide family and friends. Simple, Southern goodness. That's Golden Flake.
Listen to Hey Coach with Nate Oates from Baumhauer's Victory Grill on Mondays from 6 to 7 p.m. on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Hey Coach with Nate Oates is presented by Alpha Insurance. Oh boy, we go to the fourth quarter. Alabama leads Ole Miss 41-35. Again, the stakes. I'm just going to keep saying it in case you're just tuning in. The winner of this gets the 4th seed and a double bye in the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament. Alabama has not been in that position this century. The last time was the 1998 Women's Basketball Tournament for the SEC. These are 2 NCAA tournament teams battling it out. This has been a spectacular game, but Alabama leads 41-35 after outscoring the Rebels 17-10 in the third. 8 for Barber, 8 for Barker, 7 for Davis, 6 for Nye, 6 for McQueen, leading the way for the Crimson Tide. For Ole Miss, it's still Davis with 14, Baker has 8, and Singleton has 5. Tide basketball to start the fourth. Davis throws it into McQueen. Rice, Weathers, Nye on the floor. McQueen goes in front of Christy Curry to start the offense. McQueen moving to her left. Oh, she threw it away. Was trying to find Nye, but it was intercepted by Marquisha Davis, and that's a easy layup for the Rebels to start the fourth quarter. 41-37 Tide, and now full court pressure from Ole Miss, but McQueen finally gets open and brings it up. McQueen across the timeline. Barber about to check back in. McQueen driving right side of the lane. Tried to give it to Rice. It was tipped and intercepted by Ole Miss. Now Davis on the run. She's got numbers against Brittany Davis. Marquisha makes the layup, and quickly Ole Miss is back within 2, 45 seconds into the fourth quarter, 41-39 Alabama. McQueen with a double screen, moves to her right, now stops in the paint. Pull-up jumper is no good. Rebound is loose. Bodies flying everywhere. Weathers got it. Kick out to McQueen. Now down low to Rice. Working on Singleton. Jada Rice gets the roll. She loves that beautiful little post move, and it's back to a 4-point game. 8:47 left in the fourth quarter. 43 for Alabama, 39 for Ole Miss. Taylor into the front court. Maya Taylor spouting instructions. The give to Collins, looking down low for Davis. She was open. Weathers couldn't keep up. 43-41 Alabama. 8:28 left in the game. McQueen. Give right side, Brittany Davis. Davis, screen from Rice. Davis driving left side. Her shot was blocked by Singleton. Ole Miss throws it ahead to Collins, who tips it to Angel Baker after some sloppiness. Here comes Baker. Right side, Taylor. Right corner, Davis, and back to Taylor with 8:03 left in the game. 43-41 Alabama. Taylor moves to her left. Fake the handoff, now trying to drive on Weathers. Taylor moving down low, give to Singleton. There's a tussle and a tie-up. Possession arrow favors Ole Miss with 5 on the shot clock and 7:50 on the game clock. McQueen and Weathers check out. Barker and Barber back in. Scott returns for Ole Miss. Out goes Marquisha Davis. Five on the shot clock. Taylor will throw it in. Taylor, give to Baker with 4, with 3, with 2, just puts up a floater that goes in. We're tied at 43. 7:40 left in the game. Well, you knew it wasn't going to be easy, folks. Brittany Davis across half court. Screen from Rice. Davis working on Singleton, no room. Davis now, shot fake, needs some help, kicks it out to Aaliyah Nye up top. Now over to Barber. Barber moving to the right wing. Barber with 8 on the shot clock. Barber to Barker with 5. She lost it. It's picked up by Scott for Ole Miss. Rebels will try and grab the lead back, but Taylor trying to take it to the lane, lost the basketball as well. Another jump ball, and this time the possession arrow favors Alabama. And a timeout has been called on the floor. Like I said, you knew it wasn't going to be easy. 7:07 left in this game, a 4 seed at the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament on the line. Alabama and Ole Miss are tied at 43. We'll be right back here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hello there, my name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Alabama One is a proud supporter of the University of Alabama Athletics. At Alabama One, we understand you have big life goals. Whether you're paying off student debt, buying a home, or retiring, your big life goals require healthy finances. As a full-service credit union, Alabama One offers our members the resources you need to reach your goals, including better rates than most banks and a full suite of products, including credit cards and loans for mortgages, cars, businesses, and land. Visit us in person or online, alabama1.org. Alabama One is an equal housing lender.
Tide fans, flu season is just around the corner, and the Alabama Department of Public Health wants to remind Tide fans that this year it's more important than ever to get your flu shot. Research shows that it's possible to have the flu and COVID-19 at the same time. This flu season, protect yourself and the people around you from flu and help reduce the strain on your local healthcare system who is still responding to the COVID-19 pandemic. For more information, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/flu.
Welcome back. I hope you're all enjoying this broadcast and this game, because I sure am. What an outing here at Coleman Coliseum. So much on the line. Could be a potentially historic day for Alabama women's basketball, trying to do something they haven't done this century. But man, this very good Ole Miss team came to play. And with 7:07 left, we're tied at 43. Gray Robertson in for Roger Hoover is doing TV just over to our left. Alabama led going into the fourth, but the Rebels have come out and outscored the Tide 8-2 in the first 3 minutes of this period. Barber, Barker, Davis, Rice, Nye on the floor for Alabama. For Ole Miss, it's Baker, Scott, Taylor, Singleton, Collins. Barker will throw it in. Ole Miss going full court press, but pulling back as Brittany Davis brings it up. 7 minutes left. Davis hands it off to Barber. Tide looking for a clean look. Barber gets a screen from Brittany Davis and a screen from Rice. Now gives it up to Davis with 12 on the shot clock. Brittany Davis working on Taylor, backing down Taylor. Brittany Davis, layup is no good, but she's fouled, and Brittany Davis will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Davis is 3 for 4 in this game at the stripe. Alabama trying to grab the lead back. The first is good. (44-43) Alabama, 6:43 left. One more free throw. That's good. Two big ones by Brittany Davis. 45-43, tied on top. Here comes Ole Miss. Taylor picked up by Barber. Moving to her right. Looking for a cutter. Nobody's there. A lot of motion for the Rebels. Now up top to Collins. Right back to Taylor, right wing. Down low to Scott. Working on Rice. Scott, that was an athletic move. She got closer to the basket, had a wide open look, made it. We're tied at 45. 6:20 left. Hannah Barber across the timeline. Screen from Brittany Davis. Barber gives it to Davis. Davis against Collins. Davis driving left side. No, off the iron. The shot's no good. Rebels get the board. Here comes Angel Baker. Baker thought about attacking Rice. Instead throws it out to Scott, who kicks it to Collins. Right corner. Now Collins will drive. Give right back to Scott. Scott dribbles baseline. Fadeaway jumper is short. Rebound taken by Singleton for Ole Miss. 5:45 left in the game. Tied at 45. Rebels have a new possession, 13 on the shot clock. Angel Baker doing the dribbling at the top of the arc. Collins is tying her shoe mid-play. Don't recommend that. And Baker almost lost the basketball. 4 on the shot clock, 3, 2, and Ole Miss will call timeout with 1 on the shot clock and 5:28 on the game clock. Baker was slow to start the play, and the person closest to her, Snutta Collins, was tying her shoe, which, you know, loves safety, but if I'm playing basketball and the shot clock is running down, I would get to that in just a bit. Alabama, to their credit as well, played good defense on the possession. And with 5:28 to go, we're tied at 45. Ole Miss ball. Throw in from side court for Ole Miss. It will be Scott. They will have to quite obviously hurry to get a shot off with 1 on the shot clock. Scott throws it to Taylor, who does get a 3 off. It hits nothing, and that is a shot clock violation. Alabama ball with 5:26 left, tied up at 45. Marquisha Davis is in for Maya Taylor for Ole Miss. Alabama might just stick with this 5 the rest of the game, barring foul issues. Barker throws it into Barber, who then throws it away. Taken by Collins. Give to Scott down low. Ole Miss is back in front. 5:18 left, 47-45 Rebels. The pressure finally creates a mistake. And now Alabama will look to respond with Brittany Davis. She's got it. And a screen from Rice. Davis trying to drive. Davis going right this time. Shot up off the glass and down. Ooh, wasn't easy. High degree of difficulty, but we're tied again. 47 all. 4:55 remaining. Baker across half court. Angel Baker. High post to Scott. Clearly the focal point of the offense here in the fourth quarter. Scott to a cutting Davis. Oh, wide open. Nobody was there to help. Layup good. 49-47 Rebels. 4:37 left in the game. Barber down the left side. Hands it off to Nye. She dribbles back to the middle. Kick, right wing, Brittany Davis. Screen from Rice. Davis driving. Brittany Davis in the paint. Davis again, still driving. In trouble, out to Barber with 9 on the shot clock. Barber, a lot of dribbling here too. Looking for a cutting Rice, and she throws it away. Really good Ole Miss defensive possession. And with 4:14 left, Rebels have it back, 49-47. Your score, tied trailing by 2. Angel Baker brings it up. 4:04 left. High post to Singleton. Swing left Collins. Collins trying to drive. Nye was knocked down. Now Collins feeds it to Singleton. Her shot was blocked by Barker. What a recovery by the Alabama defense. And here comes Hannah Barber. 3:45 left. 49-47 Ole Miss. Got to get a look. Barber, screen from Rice. Barber, give to Rice. It's intercepted, and then Rice collides with Scott. A foul is called on Jada. That's her 3rd. First team foul as Barber heads to the bench. McQueen is in. 3:33 left, 49-47 Ole Miss. Angel Baker will slowly bring it up. Baker waiting for someone to come open. Now she's picked up her dribble. Give to Collins. Collins pull up Jay. That's short. Rebound Brittany Davis. Here comes Alabama down by 2. 3:10 left. Davis going one-on-one with Marquisha Davis. Brittany's floater is no good. Rebound taken by Ole Miss and Singleton. And then Baker lost it and got it back. Angel Baker against Barker. 2:53 left. Tied down by 2. Baker down low to Scott. Shot rattles home. Had the mismatch against Loyal McQueen. It's 51-47 Ole Miss. 2:40 left. Alabama needs something on this end. McQueen brings it up. Starting down the left. Give up top, Brittany Davis. She thought about it. Now she's driving. Brittany Davis, layup. No, it was short. Rebound Ole Miss and Baker. Baker stops. 2:23 left. Up top to Singleton. Oh no, Scott's wide open down low. Feed gives her an easy layup. And Ole Miss leads it by 6 with 2:19 left. Timeout, Christy Curry, as Alabama all of a sudden on the defensive end has left some folks wide open, and they haven't scored in 2 minutes and 45 seconds. 19 remaining. Whatever Kelly Curry and Christy Curry have on the whiteboard needs to work. Ole Miss leads it 53-47 on Alabama. The winner is the 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament. Alabama will throw it in. Tide has 1 timeout left. Ole Miss has 2. Fouls really not a concern. Both has 1, or I should say both have 1. As Brittany Davis brings it up. 2:12 left. Alabama down 6. Here's Barber. Handoff left wing to Nye. She lost the basketball but got it back. And then she lost it again. Over to Brittany Davis. 2:02 left. Back to Nye. She's open. 3 up. Oh, that's big time! Obviously she made it. 53-50 Ole Miss. 1:52 left. Now you need a stop. Got to dig deep. Here comes Angel Baker. 1:45 left. How will Alabama defend Scott? She has exploded in this 4th quarter. Baker around the top of the arc. Picked up by Nye. Swing to Singleton, looking for the lob. Singleton, nothing there. Give to Davis with 3 on the shot clock. Davis pull up mid-range. No. Baker gets the board. Lost it off her foot. It's heading out of bounds. Baker threw it to Barber. 1:20 left. Barber, Brittany Davis, right wing 3. No, it's short. Rebound Rice. Alabama's got another chance. Out to Barber. Wing 3, Nye. Oh, yes! We're tied. Are you kidding? 1 minute to go. Baker will control the offense for Ole Miss. 53 all. 47 seconds left. 10 on the shot clock. Baker gives it to Scott with 8 on the shot clock. Down low, Marquisha Davis' shot is no good, but she's fouled with 41.1 left. And Marquisha Davis will head to the line for a pair of free throws. Of note, Alabama 1 timeout left. Ole Miss has 2 remaining. Would Christy Curry use it after all the free throws are done? We'll see. Marquisha Davis is 2 for 2. Great time to point out Ole Miss has not missed a free throw all day, 8 for 8. The first is good. Maybe it's just a softball thing. Maybe I can't do the jinx with women's basketball. I don't know. Ole Miss is in front, 54-53. One more. Davis herself is 3 for 3 on the day. Here's the second attempt. That is good. Man, oh man. 55-53 Rebels, 41.1 left in this game. Barker throws it in to Brittany Davis. What does Alabama have for this final minute? Down by 2. Barber quickly ahead. Give to Nye on the left wing. Nye looking for Brittany Davis on the right. Back to Nye from the top of the arc. Her 3 was blocked, and the rebound is knocked out of bounds by Ole Miss. Oh, it's a gift. Davis and Scott were fighting for it with each other, and Alabama's got it. 27.4 left, 17 on the shot clock. Ole Miss leading 55-53. Barker up top. Brittany Davis looking down low for Rice. She's got an opening. Shot is good. Shot clock is off. Timeout Ole Miss. 23.5 left. Even at 55. And what a job by Brittany Davis, who for all the world could have just shot that from the top of the arc. She was open. But you know who was more open? Jada Rice down low. And she made a nice little up and under move to tie this game at 55 with 23.5 left. Timeout Ole Miss. We'll see if they choose to advance it. My assumption is they will. Shot clock is off, so Alabama must get a stop. Well, folks, after the game, catch the Regions postgame show. We'll have the head coach, Christy Curry, the final stats, and everything else you could ever want That's on the Regions postgame show. Make sure you get your Alabama Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoBama to order yours today. Gray Robertson in for Roger Hoover. Ethan Carabin is here. A bunch of our friends wearing crimson also in attendance here at Coleman Coliseum. What a ball game. Tied up at 55. Jada Rice just made a layup, assisted by Brittany Davis, to even us. And now Ole Miss has it with 23.5 left as Christy Curry begs the crowd to stand up and get loud. If you've ever needed a stop, now's the time. For the Tide, it's Nye, Barker, Rice, Davis, Barber. For Ole Miss, it's Scott, Baker, Singleton, Davis, Collins. And Scott will throw it in. Watch her. She has been dynamic here in this fourth quarter. Into Baker with 21, with 20. Angel Baker. High post feed to Singleton with 17, with 16 looking down low for Scott. And a foul is called. Alabama has fouls to give. Call on Barber, that's her second. And it's the third team foul for Alabama with 14.2 left. Okay. Scott will throw it in. Again to Baker with 12, with 11. With 10, foul on Nye. That's the fourth team foul. So no more of that. Because as I've said several times, Ole Miss has not missed a free throw today. 10.3 left, tied at 55. Ole Miss ball yet again on the side. That's 3 on Nye. Ooh, Scott finally gets it into Marquisha Davis with 9, with 8, with 7. Davis guarded by Brittany Davis with 5, with 4, with 3. And a foul on Alabama and Brittany Davis. With 3.5 left, and there was nothing else to give foul-wise. Ole Miss will head to the line with 3.5 left, tied at 55. That's 4 on Davis. Marquisha Davis is 4 for 4 from the line today. She's got 24 points. Ole Miss has not missed a free throw in this game. Now would be a phenomenal time. The first from Davis is good. That is impressive. (56-55) Rebels. One more for Davis. That one is good as well. Christy Curry will call timeout and advance the basketball, but Ole Miss leads it 57-55 with 3.5 left in this game. And you got to wonder what the play is for Alabama. Are you looking for the 3? They have started hitting from beyond the arc in this half, 4 for 11. Nye has 4. Barber has a couple. Brittany Davis has yet to hit a 3 today on senior day. It's 57-55 Ole Miss. Alabama was in a similar situation to this in their previous game against the Florida Gators. They tried for the 2. It didn't work. So do you put a possibly historic result on the line with a 3-point attempt? We'll see. They have been looking for Aaliyah Nye most of the second half. If she gets a look, the play will have been executed. 3.5 left. Ole Miss leads at 57-55. The winner is the 4 seed in the SEC women's basketball tournament. The loser has to do math, which is as tough a punishment as you can imagine. And we should note, Alabama is out of timeouts, so it's got to work here. Barber will throw it in right in front of me, far side from the Alabama bench. Barber, Nye, Rice, Davis, Barker. Hannah Barber to trigger. See where she looks. Into Rice. Rice trying to drive. Shot at the buzzer's blocked, and Ole Miss wins. Alabama went for the 2 and did not get the look they needed. And Ole Miss wins at 57-55. An incredible game at Coleman Coliseum. But Ole Miss will be the 4 seed at the SEC women's basketball tournament. We'll take a break. The Regions postgame show is coming up next here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey Crimson Tide fans, as our state moves to the next chapter, the Alabama Department of Public Health is shifting strategies from emergency response to one that minimizes daily disruption to our lives. COVID-19 vaccines and boosters are widely available to anyone 6 months of age and older should you decide that you need one. Together, we can help to protect each other moving forward. For more information on COVID vaccines and virus prevention, visit alabamapublichealth.gov/COVID-19.
In SEC sports, the ifs come at you every minute. What if your QB had released the ball a second earlier? What if the head coach hadn't used his last time out? What if your team goes all the way this season? If you love the tradition, if you live for the rivalry, if you can't wait each week for the absolute edge of your seat action, Regions is right there with you as the official bank of the SEC.
Regions can't help you with the ifs in sports. Regions helps you embrace the infinite life.
Member FDIC.
Hello there. My name is Seychelle, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is the punch of flavors that's unlike any other. You get the crispy tenderness of the chicken and that hint of sourness from the pickles. Ta-da!
Hey, I'm Juan, and what makes the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich original to me is you know you're going to get chicken that's crispy, golden, and juicy. This is the gold standard of chicken sandwiches.
Order the original Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich on the Chick-fil-A app today. Real customers paid for their testimonials.
Southern homes are particularly vulnerable to termites. In this climate, you need guaranteed protection. You need Cook's Pest Control and Centricon. Termites attack the Centricon stations, exposing themselves to an agent that eliminates their entire colony. Upgrade from old-fashioned liquid service to the proven protection of Centricon and Cook's Pest Control. Call Cook's today for a free evaluation.
Looky, 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 here comes Cookie, Cook's Pest Control.
Ole Miss sinks a couple free throws in the last 5 seconds and defeats Alabama 57-55 in the regular season finale here at Coleman Coliseum. It's the Regions postgame show here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Get your University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoBama to order yours today. And as always, we started off with our interview with the head coach, Christy Curry. Our interview with Coach Curry is presented by Cook's Pest Control. And, Coach, this was a scrappy game, a hard-fought game, a close game from start to finish, and you come up just a little bit short. What's your reaction to what you saw on the floor here today?
Just, it's tough. I mean, there's no question. I'm not sure why we fouled, and then I'm not sure that was not. Jada was supposed to hand it off for Hannah for three, and she's wide open. So we've got people trying to make plays and their heart's in the right place, but two really, really bad decisions there at the end. And those are seniors. Kids are kids, and we made some decisions I wish I could have done something about.
Coach.
Disappointing. I'm really disappointed right now. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a brand new season, and I mean, these kids have fought and laid a lot on the line, and just got to try to bounce back.
Yeah, and Coach, you're going to go into the SEC tournament on a 3-game losing streak, but the last two have been extremely, extremely close. How can you use that disappointing feeling to propel this team into the postseason when all those games are going to be really, really important?
Yeah, I think it's really important. I'll be honest, like at this time of year, it's players making plays and making better decisions. I think some of our decisions here lately have really cost us. We've got to be a little bit more selfless and find the open person. And at the end of the day, I'm just really disappointed. But we got to let this go, and I can't tell you how proud I am of this senior class and all they've done for our program. And we just got to let this motivate us and fuel us as we head into the SEC tourney. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, Coach, final question. We've got a lot that we've got to do in just a minute. What does this senior class that we're about to honor here at Coleman mean to you and mean to this program?
Well, I mean, they've just laid the foundation. I mean, when they came in, they believed in our vision. They've given so much. I don't want today to define their careers. That's tough today on senior day. They've just done so much more than just today, and I just want us to look at the body of work and everything that this group has been about on and off the floor. They've represented the front of their chest. They've represented this university, their families in the most amazing way. All four are going to leave with 2 degrees. How cool is that? So just a lot of positives, and I'm just so proud to be their coach, and I hate today ended the way it did.
Coach, thank you so much for everything this year. We'll see you in the postseason.
Thank you. Roll Tide.
That is Alabama head coach Christy Curry after the Tide falls to Ole Miss 57-55 here at Coleman Coliseum. Our conversation with Coach Curry is presented by Cook's Pest Control. Cook's Pest Control and Centricon, the unbeatable combination in termite protection. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll continue the region's post-game show. That's next here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
To protect his home and family from disaster, Steve used courage, wisdom, and his camera phone.
That should do it.
Way to go, Steve! By simply taking digital pictures of his family's important documents, Steve can always have them stored safely online, no matter when disaster strikes. Learn other simple ways to protect your home and family before a natural disaster at ready.gov. That's ready.gov. A message from FEMA and the Ad Council.
Chris Jakimick. I served in the United States Air Force and I deployed 3 times. Being a veteran, it's interwoven into your DNA, is really the absence of the connection and the purpose that can really drive a lot of veterans to some negative thoughts. For those who are in a suicidal crisis, the window of time to save somebody's life is very short. Our duty is to protect ourselves and protect our families, and one way you can do that is store your weapons safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Learn more at SmokeyBear.com.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
It's time for today's STEM tip. Okay, you know recycling is important. No one wants plastic in the ocean. Here's a cool way to repurpose a plastic bottle. Build an awesome terrarium. Cut a large plastic bottle in half and fill the base with sand, pebbles, potting soil, and your favorite plant. I chose an African violet. Put the top of the bottle over your base and place it in the sun. Your plant will grow sealed in its own ecosystem. Fun, right? Learn more at She Can STEM. A message from the Ad Council.
Now the Rebels want to run. Ahead to Collins on the right side. Alabama, great recovery on defense. Collins finds Ibakwe, whose shot is blocked by Rice. Oh, baby. Senior Day festivities rocking and rolling here at Coleman after Ole Miss defeats Alabama 57-55. This is the region's post-game show, and before we dive into the final game stats, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Crimson Tide Sports Network. To roll out. The final game stats are presented by Assurance Financial. In less time than halftime, you can apply for a mortgage at assuranceMortgage.com. Alabama shoots 32.8% from the floor, 19 of 58, 6 of 20, 30% from beyond the arc, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Ole Miss, 22 of 52 from the floor, 42.3%, 1 of 8 from 3, and a just, all things considered, pretty remarkable 12 for 12 from the free throw line. I did all I could jinx-wise, but the Rebels were ice cold in a good way from the charity stripe, at least good way for them. I wasn't particularly pleased. Alabama with 32 rebounds, Ole Miss with 39. Tide had 12 offensive boards, Rebels with 10. 16 turnovers for the visitors, 15 for the home team. Both squads had 8 assists. Individually for Alabama, Aaliyah Nye had 12 points on 4 of 12 shooting, 4 of 9 from 3. Brittany Davis, 11 points and 6 rebounds. Sarah Ashley Barker had 8 points. Hannah Barber on senior day had 8 points. Jada Rice had 6 points and 7 rebounds. 6 points for Loyal McQueen, 2 for Ryan Cobbins, 2 for Carly Weathers. Megan Abrams played and did not score. Ole Miss got 26 points from Marquisha Davis. That is an absolute demolition of her previous career high, which was 20. Davis gets the 26 on 10 of 15 shooting and 6 for 6 from the free throw line, including the 2 to win the ball game. Also for the Rebels, Tyus Singleton had 5 points and 7 rebounds. Madison Scott, 10 points and 6 rebounds. And I'd have to look. I think all of those, or at least most of those, came in the fourth quarter. Yeah, 8 of her 10 points for Madison Scott came in the fourth quarter. Maya Taylor, 2 points. Angel Baker had 10. 2 points for Shanetta Collins. Destiny Salary played and didn't score. Ayanna Thompson played and didn't score. Rita Ibakwe did not score but had 10 boards quietly. Didn't even notice that. And Alana Eaton finishes with 2 points as well. Those are the final stats presented by Assurance Financial. And now let's take a look at our Alabama Power scoreboard update presented by Alabama Power. The latest scores from the SEC and around the nation are presented by Alabama Power. Proud to support the Crimson Tide. We'll do a standings deep dive as well after we talk about these scores at the half in Auburn. Vanderbilt leads the Tigers 42-38. Mississippi State LSU will be underway within the hour. South Carolina has defeated Georgia 73-63. Arkansas over Texas A&M 78-65. Tennessee over Kentucky 83-63. Florida over Missouri 61-52. So what does that mean for the SEC women's basketball tournament? South Carolina is your 1 seed. LSU, win or lose, will be the 2 seed. Tennessee is the 3 seed. Ole Miss has locked up the 4 seed. The 5 seed depends on what happens with Mississippi State LSU. If the Bulldogs win, they will be the 5. With a loss, I believe mathematically it is Alabama as the 5, but unclear. We'll have to wait and see how the results come. Tide and Georgia right now both at 9 and 7. Not sure how the 3-way tie works there. Hadn't really cranked those numbers, so we'll find out later tonight, I guess. Arkansas finishes 7 and 9. We know where they'll be. They're the 8 seed. Missouri will be the 9 seed. Florida the 10 seed, potentially, depending on what Auburn does with Vanderbilt. Florida at 5 and 11. Auburn at 4 and 11. Vanderbilt could be as high as the 11, or they could be the 12. They're at 3 and 12, a half game, or I should say full game behind Auburn. And Kentucky and Texas A&M will be 13 and 14, respectively. That is your Alabama Power scoreboard update as Alabama falls in tight fashion in a wonderful game, but in a sadly very disappointing ending to Ole Miss, 57-55. No one gets you closer to college basketball than SiriusXM. Download the SiriusXM app and take the Crimson Tide with you all season long. Tune in to SiriusXM for SEC news, talk, analysis, and more straight from your phone. No car required. And that does it here from Coleman Coliseum on Senior Day as everybody is honored on court here at Coleman. Jada Rice, Brittany Davis, Hannah Barber, Megan Abrams. 4 players who have really put their heart and soul into the program. Brittany Davis, what a career in Tuscaloosa. Hannah Barber, a player who grew into her role as point guard throughout her time here at the Capstone and became such a critical part of this team here in her final year. Megan Abrams, who has battled through so many injuries, trying to finish her career strong this year. She'll get a chance to do that in the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament and the NCAA Tournament. Jada Rice, a transfer from NC State, who became Alabama's post threat because of various reasons. There hasn't been a lot of depth down low the last few years, and Rice had to be that person, and she was, since she came to Tuscaloosa. What more can you say about Davis? These 4, what a phenomenal career for them in T-Town. And that will wrap up the Regions postgame show here in Tuscaloosa. If you want the most convenient way to pay in T-Town, get the University of Alabama Regions Visa debit card. Visit regions.com/GoBama to order yours today. That'll do it from Coleman Coliseum, where Ole Miss defeats Alabama 57-55 in the regular season finale. Alabama women's basketball will begin play on Thursday, March 2nd at the SEC Women's Basketball Tournament. Stay up to date on the schedule for Greenville through rolltide.com or the various Alabama women's basketball and SEC social media accounts. Until next time, for Austin Wolken back in the studio, Ethan Carabin, rocking and rolling next to me here working the courtside cam, Crimson Tide Sports Marketing Vice President and General Manager Jim Carabin, and everybody with the Crimson Tide Sports Network. I'm Gray Robertson saying so long after Alabama falls to Ole Miss 57-55. But don't worry, folks. Postseason, SEC tournament, and NCAA tournament is on the horizon. We'll see